Happy Monday, everybody. So I'm getting special lighting here, and this is the proper lighting that God provides. I just wanted to say again, hello, because this morning when I made a video, it was under complete distress and, unfortunate, but it had to be documented. So actually, I wanted to continue briefly in regards to the last video that I posted, a continuation of why it's important to document so that you guys understand the full story of why it's relevant that I was in the same room with both Tyler Perry and Malcolm Jamal Warner in 2008, I believe, is when it happened. And then in 2021, in January, in fact, it was January 6th, I have an entry in my journal regarding Malcolm Jamal Warner, and I also made an announcement to my sister, my oldest sister, when I met her in the kitchen. I've spent a lot of time in meditation and outside and writing, and so after a meditation session, I had what was called a quantum leap. So I left in the future, and I was anyway, it was Malcolm Jamal Warner. So what happened, if you fast forward from January 6, 2021 to April of 2021, no, May 2021, then you will understand the relevance of the leap. And that was because what would occur is a vision that took place that brought me face to face. Well, in the technical sense, not face to face because he was behind me, but it's still, oh, yes, it was face to face when he came around, he being Tyler, came around to the side of the bed after being in bed with me overnight to groom me for his omnipresence. I did come face to face with him when he kissed me, and of course, so that's part of the story that I will eventually go back over in detail. But as of right now, I just want to establish the timeline of what occurred in January of 2021 to May of 2021, when both Tyler and Malcolm and others were at that point had taken ownership of my life and following me about with technology and creating, I don't even know what they were doing was the most unacceptable thing and continue to do. But now Malcolm's gone. So as a result of, so now Malcolm's gone. So has left the earth. So that's relevant as well. So these two individuals that I'm speaking of, Malcolm being in the middle of Tyler, he invited him, recruited him to participate in this organized crimes against my humanity, using technology as their weapon to seize my soul, attempt to seize my soul and my mind, my body, and my spirit, and to enslave me under their ownership, utilizing technology as their chains. It was an actual, not actual, but it's an enchainment, if that's a word, meaning that I do not have the option to turn it off, and I cannot get away from being live streamed and them having access to me, whoever is participating in this. So this is their sorcery, their instrument of sorcery and witchcraft to reach a person's mind and a person's body. And they're not doing it just with, their evil universal activation. They're using actual technology that facilitates their abuse and their ownership of my life and my person. And they use it as a weapon. Of course, there is no friendly activation when it comes to using technology outside of someone's control to alter their environment and to use it as a weapon against their lives, be it directed energy or simply the invasion. That is a weaponization, the invasion itself. So I wanted to establish the timeline is really the point of this video, is so that you have the critical dates. So in 2008 is when I came face to face with Malcolm Jamal Warner. He was very lovely and gracious, and I have a beautiful picture that I took with him, and he's him being the beautiful one, not me, but his spirit is so beautiful. Which is a shame that, I was really disappointed that he ended up participating in this with them, because I don't think as highly as them as I did of Malcolm, but Malcolm played along and, became an instrument in their Illuminati games. And so, that's one of the more unfortunate aspects of that, and and now him not being here, excuse me, any longer. So, So I wanted to establish that timeline, and then in 2000, I don't know, I'll have to think about the month. I'm not certain when that was. And then I think it was later on in the year is when my fiance at the time took my son and myself to a Medea play. And there was a moment when Tyler was on stage that there was a split-second recognition of something on a higher level. So anyway, again, fast forwarding to when he received the phone call in regards to the vision that he appeared in, he immediately had a soul recognition, which is what led him to respond the way that he did by deciding to use this as an opportunity to take ownership of me instead of honoring what was presented before him by God. I mean, it was a presentation, and it was quite one that he was supposed to respond to, but he was not supposed to respond to it in a criminal and a deviant manner. So I just wanted to, again, to establish that timeline as a continuation of the short video that I made last night, or actually in the early morning hours, regarding the initial meeting of the two on two separate occasions, but in the same year. So that was the beginning, was 2008, and then 2021, and here we are at the pivotal year of 2025, where it is now in America's hands to respond to his high crimes, to enslave me, and to prevent us from moving forward in honoring the truth of what has occurred and why it occurred. So there is a why for every reason, for everything that occurs, and that has to be, honored by America, the fact that he's using intelligence as an instrument to to maintain dominance and control. The Shreveport Police Department, they're stalking me right now. I'm not sure what's wrong with them. They're what's wrong right now. They turned the frequency up to a level, what I consider to be a torture level, where it brings me out of sleep, induced sleep, by the way, because I have to take sleeping medication. And if you can wake somebody up out of that with frequency, it's a very intentional attack. So I don't understand them. I'm not free to even express myself the way that I would like to, because of these. I almost said two bad words, but I'm going to not do that. But you could fill in the blanks, which would be fun. And terrorist. So we're going to go blank, blank terrorist. And that's what they are. These are domestic terrorists, because, again, seizing someone's life and assaulting their human rights and removing their autonomy and their privacy and their existence without technology being used as a weapon to invade the environment belonging to their physical body and to their physical body itself. So stalking is, I have a whole understanding of stalking as a very young age. I identified, it was established at that point that I was clairvoyant, because I knew something was about to happen and was going to happen, and I warned my parents. So anyway, stalking, any type of predatory activity where you are forcing energy on someone in with plans to do them harm, or plans to be present in their environment in a unnatural way. Our human nature is designed, and even animal nature is designed to identify those types of predatory actions. So anyway, I'm going to stop there, and thank you so much for listening, and I will be back with a continuation of what occurred, maybe in more detail. I'm not sure which direction I'm going to go with this in terms of telling the story, but at this point, you have all of the information that you need to know what occurred and during the beginning stages of this. And I do want to talk more about them using this technology that's what it is. It's a secret. They have a secret society where they have access over the human consciousness, where you're not even aware that they have this technology and how they're using it as a weapon of dominance and as a weapon of unnatural access. So it's very much like the Nephilim, or the fallen angels, which are also known as the Watchers. But this is nothing under the sun is new. So we can be with the fact that they have reestablished this unnatural weapon, and we know what happened the first time that the Nephilim came to Earth and used their powers to corrupt humanity. And so the people who are being targeted with this technology, the fact that we're not cooperative with it is our duty as humans. We're maintaining our humanity and the purity of our humanity. That's why we fight so hard and with such blatant, no, that's not the right word. Why we fight so hard with such honest words and descriptions of what it is that they're doing, because it is the most unnatural connection to be connected to any individual where they're accessing you like a video game or in your private environment, and then also the weaponization, using it as a tool of witchcraft to see how they can disturb you at the highest levels. So that is definitely a spiritual attack. I mean, there's no other description that can be used other than it being what it is, and that is terrorism and also again, technology used as a weapon of sorcery and of witchcraft, so that they can practice spiritual warfare against individuals that they have targeted for this, this type of assault on life. And the people who chose me just so happened to be Black Hollywood. And again, there is a reason why I had the vision, and there is a reason why Tyler responded how he did respond. But it doesn't change the fact that it is designed as a tool of advancement for humanity. So I'm going to stop there, because again, I do not appreciate being stalked in this capacity, and my ability to communicate openly and freely. So this would be an assault on my this is an assault on every aspect of my life, but my freedom of religion, because my religion happens to be my ability to live free. That's all of our religion, our practice, we are God beings. We are an extension of God. We belong only to God. So the fact that these individuals are forcing themselves in the space that belongs to your own human body, and this is not, this is not happening to everyone. It's happening to select individuals, but regardless, it's so pretty. It's really beautiful. I just wanted to show this. I'm going to stop talking. Just have a moment. We'll talk soon. You guys have a great Monday, and I'll be back. Love.